Ladies and gentlemen, this is your protostar Kyle Fletcher. Please say my full name when you address me, and you are listening to the Smart Tank Revolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your host, flying solo tonight, the benevolent, intelligent, the excellence of elocution, Mr. Lemon Pepper Pendergrass himself, Donnie Wonderful, back at you guys with yet another video in the heart of the Big Apple. Well, actually in the heart of Manhattan. I'm in Harlem this weekend. Happy early Mother's Day to all of our supporters who are mothers, to my mother and grandmother, which I'm in my grandmother's house now. And on the way down here from the mean streets of Boston, I was thinking about wrestling, because over here at the Smart Tank Revolution, we're low-life degenerate smarks. Yes, we are. But unless you've been living under a rock, everyone's pretty much familiar with the latest WWE releases. And we wish nothing but the best for everyone. Lord knows I've been let go and laid off before. It is a pain in the arse. So if you're other promotions, if you're, independent promoters, and these talents aren't locked up with other companies, if they're available, book them and enhance wrestling everywhere. Regionally, locally, globally, whatever you can do. And I know it's not the end for the guys that have been released. So again, from Donnie Wonderful, my esteemed colleague, Mr. Joey Business, and everyone here at Smart Tank Revolution, we salute you guys, and keep staying there, keep working hard, and we'll see you guys again. So now that stuff is out the way, 2 people in particular who were released because they wouldn't restructure their contracts, and they had every right. Xavier Woods, who I'm assuming will now go back to Austin Creed, the name he had in the Indies, and Kofi Kingston, who will probably just be Kofi, because Kofi is his name. The New Day. And they likely won't be able to use that. So they'll probably come up with another name that plays with it. Kind of like how FTR, how they were able to flip that. But here's our opportunity to talk up a dream match. Yes, I know you guys hear the sirens. Beautiful New York City. Damn fire alarms always going off, so the fire trucks are always going. And I'm going to keep this in here because this is what we do. This is raw, unedited, uncut. But anyway, back to what I was saying. This is our opportunity to really make some noise. As fans, as smarks, we chose the Daniel Bryans or the Bryan Danielsons. We chose the CM Punks. So I know there's a history of having guys forced fed to us. But when the resistance comes and the voices are loud enough, we're able to kind of demand who we want to see. A casualty of that was, in my opinion, Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder was white hot. At the time, I wasn't one of those people that was sipping the Long Island iced tea. I have to admit. I was shown a couple of YouTube videos, and I said, okay, I can see why he has a buzz. Okay, he may have something here. Fast forward, I named a couple of names. Joe Hendry kind of, built a buzz himself too with a lot of fan support. God, that theme song, the song that he wrote, and the fact that, his supporters, and I'm amongst one of them, though I didn't purchase the song, but his supporters, boosted the number of streams, boosted his buys up. I can't remember off which platform it was. It's an incredible story. But I say all that to say, when fans select who their guys are, as fickle as we are, as impatient as we are, it is a beautiful thing. Kofi Mania was a time. It was a vibe. Hell, 12 to 18 months ago, main event Jey Uso was the culture. The yeet glasses. You still see people yeeting on his entrances. It's not quite the same now. But boy, at the apex of that, that was a vibe. And to Triple H's point, I do agree that fans just need to be fans. Meaning, hey, look, we can actually speak louder with our unified voices at these shows rather than to criticize the company, because they're going to ignore our criticisms. But when they hear us cheer, when they hear us, we want CM Punk. So, when we're unified like that, I think that this is when we become the juggernauts. Our preferences, who we want to see, is really heard then. Okay, so after that whole long tangent that I went on, and yet another fire truck is driving down Fifth Avenue. Good Lord. Anyway, I think that here's an opportunity for us to really boost the New Day versus the Young Bucks. Kofi and Austin versus Matt and Nick. It's something that we haven't seen. It's a tag team legacy match, regardless on how you feel about the Young Bucks or how you felt about the New Day. It's something that just has to happen for wrestling. Tony, I know you're wise. I know you're smart enough to know this. We have to make this happen. It's a victory for wrestling to get these talents in the ring with each other. I am more curious now, especially under the AEW way that they draw their matches, the way but the way that they book their matches. I would love to see when the wrestlers have what seems to be an infinite time limit with multiple near falls, multiple super kicks, just the freedom to go out there and do what you want. I am so curious how these four men would put together a match. The New Day, Kofi and Austin, very well trained. Not to say that the Young Bucks aren't, but over Kofi, what they were saying, like that's 20 years. Xavier or Austin Creed, maybe 15 years. Just those two together. Obviously, we do simple math. That's 35 years of wisdom in arguably the greatest wrestling university that has ever existed. The greatest sports entertainment industry that's ever existed. Training from Dusty, training, you have the remains of Pat Patterson there. I would love to see how these two styles merge. Because even what Edge and Christian are able to do there together, and like they just started teaming up, but even what they've been able to do with the AEW talent here is, I think, it's the perfect apples and oranges blend. I can go on and on with long-standing WWE guys that's come over to AEW, but in particular, like these two tag teams need to face each other, and we, the IWC, the Smarks and Marks, the fans, we, in my humble yet very accurate Bostonian opinion, we need to be the voice behind us saying we definitely want to see this match. We definitely will support it. And we need to magnify it. This needs to be a big thing. Whether it's PLE, AEW has pay-per-views. So whether it's a all in, all out, double or nothing, whatever, or it's a dynamite, let our voices be heard. I have no idea how long I've been recording, but I feel like this tangent has been long enough. You guys get it. Let us know how you feel about Kofi, Xavier Woods, or Austin Creed against Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks. Who wins? How many super kicks? You let us know. Donnie Wonderful for Smart Tank Revolution and my esteemed colleague Joey Business, signing off.